Hey there, it's Kim here, and we're on to day 15 of the 100-day video challenge that I've given myself. You might see I'm changing my hairstyle just for a little bit of fun. I'm doing the red nails today, have my nails done by the beautiful Michelle here in Bustleton in WA, Western Australia. And we're right in the middle of school holiday. So this is actually the first day that I have been out of the house after my little, what would you call, like hermit kind of scenarios that I've been going through. And it's been really, really good, because what I've found is I've been playing around with time and the concept of time and how we can use time to our advantage, pretty much. Because if time doesn't exist, then how can we use time to our advantage? And the first thing that we look at is, what is your concept of time? When I took my son to the skate park today, and what I noticed when I went there is that usually I would go and I'd be on my phone and I'd be reading and I'd be doing different things, but I didn't do that today. What I realized is I wanted to just sit and just watch him the whole time and just look around and be really present on what was really going on right there and then. And I was there for 2 hours, and I could easily do that from having these last 3 days of doing nothing. I've really slowed down and really allowed myself to be in the present, which is pretty much where I really wanted to be, which wasn't the aim of the exercise. The aim of the exercise was to trigger myself, but in actual fact, I got so much more out of it from forcing myself to stop and just do nothing. I then today have realized that I could sit there for 2 hours and just look at the sky, look at the weather, look at the people. I did also find that I was quite resistant to talking to anyone. I really wanted to be in my own energy, and that's okay, because I think naturally that is who I am. I do like being in my own energy, and I do like being an observer, and for 2 hours that's what I did. What I did notice in that time is I did get a lot of messages, and again, if that's my job is to be getting messages to share with you guys, to share with myself, to learn and to grow. And by doing that, I really enjoyed just sitting there receiving the messages. And also what happened is the concept of time really slowed down, so I could really embrace what's going on. And while I was doing that, I got really cool messages around time and how we can use time a lot better by simply doing one thing at a time, and really being present with that thing that we're doing. So say, for example, today I was at the skate park and I was really present with what was going on. What happened is time slowed down, and I was getting so much clarity around everything that literally, like, the housework's been really annoying me this week because I've done nothing. I literally came home and did the whole house with these new nails. I did the whole house in an hour. And that was actually after I had a little nap. So I was at the skate park for 2 hours with my son. I came home, I had some lunch, I had a little nap. And then it took an hour to clean the whole house. And I'm talking bathrooms, vacuuming, floors, everything, dishes even, surfaces, all that sort of thing. And I'm just like, wow, I'm really loving how much productivity we can get by simply bringing ourselves not only totally within this current moment and being in the present, but by only doing one thing at that time and focusing on doing that thing really well. If you think about it, we are taught to multitask. We're told to do more than one thing at a time. What can happen is that we become scattered and we become overwhelmed with so much that we're doing. And I've even thought more about, even if we're doing one thing and we allow our minds to think ahead, think about what we've got to do tomorrow, think about, what we need to do next or whatever. Again, And what I was shown while I was actually doing while I was doing the vacuuming, I think it was what I was shown that when you think ahead or you think of other things, if you've got your to-do list on mind or whatever, your brain doesn't know the difference between if you're actually doing it or if you're thinking it. So I'm just going to let that soak in. Your brain does not know the difference between if you're doing that thing or if you're thinking it. So if you are thinking about multiple things, what's happening is your brain and your body is thinking that it actually has to be doing that at that time, which, as you can probably imagine, is exhausting. Like your body will become exhausting just from you thinking about these things constantly. And you'll become again overwhelmed really, really quickly. So that was a really cool awareness to have today, and really fun to experiment and play around with time today, and literally just be at the skate park and do nothing but just be there. And not only to watch him, but look around, receive whatever information I needed to know about even what I'm doing there and what I need to know and what I need to share. And then what happened is I was just getting things done really quickly from there on. And time did slow down, and I was able to fit in so much more in the day than what I would normally fit in. So I want you guys to try that. If you do get overwhelmed with time, and if you get overwhelmed with so much to do, I want you to literally write yourself your list of all the things that you've got to do, and then push it away and just do one thing, and do that one thing really, really well. Like focus on doing that one thing. Now, if that is just watching the kids at the park, do it. Like just sit there and be there at the park. If it's going to the shops, just be present at the shops. If it's with your husband or partner or anywhere with the kids or even housework, whatever, be really present with what you're doing. What I've found is that the more present we are, the more clarity we get, the more messages, like the guidance that we can get, or the divine guidance that we can get for ourselves and our next steps and what we're meant to be doing and all that sort of thing, or just even information on what we need to know. It just comes through really easily because you don't have all this stuff going on in your brain, and time literally does slow down. I was amazed. I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see what I can do with being so present in the moment, and not, letting my mind think about anything else in that time, and not to do anything else in that time. This is day one for me of doing that. So I'd love for you guys to share below what you get out of doing this and how this helps you, because there's so much that we can get from doing this. And I really believe it's very simple for us to slow down time. This is all we really need to do. Like, how cool is that? Okay, so try it. Let me know how you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.